Well, it's great to be back here at Shenanigans, along with our friends at Shenanigans and Luke's Cage. This is Bobcats Insider live on Concho Sports Network. I'm Darren Prater. I'm joined by Chatty the Batty, Chad Miller here on the other side, and head coach Mark Smith, the Region Coach of the Year.
Yep.
Yeah. Congratulations, Coach.
Yep.
I mean,
I mean,
can't say enough how much you deserve that, and I'm glad you are recognized for that. You've done a heck of a job, but you're a heck of a basketball fan too.
I am, fan number one. I like it. We got the boys basketball team here tonight. We're gonna bring them up here in just a second and talk about that. They're having a great season.
Boy, they are.
I do. We're at home. I like getting right down there in the front, across from them, and getting rowdy and cheering them on and supporting the team. And they've just done an amazing job. Love watching them. And then they get a chance right here to win district. So I know we're gonna talk to Coach Jeter and the guys here in a little bit and
get
an update with boys basketball. But thank you for mentioning that Regional Coach of the Year. That's a tremendous honor. It means your players do a great job. It means your staff does a great job. And I just happen to be holding the keys right now. So I'm grateful, for that. And it was funny. I got a text message about it, like, "Hey, congratulations on the award." I didn't even know about it.
I was going to ask you, how'd you find out?
There's another Mark Smith. There's a few of us on this planet.
Really?
So,
no,
head coach Mark Smith. He used to be the president of the Texas High School Coach Association.
Really?
He was a head coach at Kerrville Tybee. Coach Johnny Manziel, as a matter of fact. His name is also Mark Smith. He sells leather jackets now. He's retired from coaching, but I get a lot of messages for him. Be like, "Hey, I need a couple of XX leather jackets," and I'm like, "Okay, wrong, Mark Smith." I figured it was for him. I honestly did. I didn't know what it was, and so I asked my friend. I said, "What are you talking about?" And he sent a screenshot of it. So that's how I found out.
I saw an interview.
That.
I saw an interview with Johnny Manziel talking about his coaches in high school. He said, some of these big programs, we didn't beat them. He goes, but our coaches were gangsters and they weren't afraid to play.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So maybe someday you'll have a player go, Mark Smith was a gangster and he already told us how to thug it out.
That's right. Yeah, we learned that right away here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to talk to the boys and the coach, Coach Jeter, here in just a little bit. But let's talk a little bit about football. We have a lot to look forward to, and I think the district realignment put us exactly where we need to be.
Yes.
Where every game's a rivalry, and every game is going to be tough, no matter who's at the bottom or who's at the top. It's always tough in this district, and the little Southwest Conference stayed together.
Stayed together.
I mean, I think it was also something we kind of expected because, and I want your opinion on this, Coach.
Yep.
There was always little rumors of who could join this because, I mean, I think it was pretty set that it was going to be us five with, as you see on your screen now, Central, Midland, Lee, Odessa, and Permian. But you heard those little whispers of those other potential candidates. Of course, little through the vines you hear about maybe an Alito or maybe a Del Rio. In your experience being in the position you are, kind of what was that process like for you? What were you thinking? Were you think it was going to be the five we got now, or do you think we're going to have any additions? What was your thought process?
You never know. Having done this a couple of times, what was unique about it this year is that, the UIL scheduled a Zoom meeting with the head football coaches in Midland, Odessa, San Angelo, and our athletic directors the week before realignment. And the topic of the Zoom was, West Texas realignment discussion. So I'd never been a part of anything where they've kind of reached out beforehand. Usually they make their decisions, and it's a great kept secret, and you don't know until that day. So we had a great Zoom meeting with them, and they faced some real challenges in trying to put the puzzle together of all these districts. And they asked us, hey, they don't tell you exactly what they're going to do, but I kind of walked away from that meeting, and the rest of us did, thinking we're probably going to be in a 5-team league with just us. So gave us a little bit of heads up on the important thing there is trying to schedule a non-district opponent. So especially for that week 6, there's not another 5-team league in the state in 6A or 5A. So usually whenever you're putting a 5-team district or even a 6-team district, you're trying to look for the other districts in the state that have the same amount of teams that you do, so they're going to be looking for non-district games. So when there's not another one in 5A or 6A, it really creates some challenges, not only for San Angelo Central, but for Midland schools, Odessa schools, in trying to find that 6th non-district opponent. So it's kind of crazy how it worked out that way, but I'm certainly grateful we kept our league together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I was looking at it, and of course, like for those of you who were wondering what I'm looking at, it's the kind of like the official map that UAL kind of puts out there. They work with the company, Quiddity Engineering, there we go, to make this little map. And so it kind of shows the districts and kind of how it all formats. And by the looks of things, it definitely would have been impossible pretty much to get anybody else. Because we mentioned Del Rio earlier. They're all the way down here, down south, right? And you mentioned Aledo. And like when you talk about Aledo's like in the DFW area, but they're like in the middle of that little light blue shade right there for you to see, Coach. And so that would have been a little bit tougher for even to include them, because then the argument becomes, why are we bringing them to come out here and us go there when there's other district capable teams in the area? So
that's the real challenge is when you look at and the UL did say they do anticipate, the new school and Friendship moving up to 6A in the next realignment and creating that 6 team again, within our league. But for this year and for this realignment, if you go all the way out to El Paso, they've got 6A schools there and they're all in the same league together. When you go from El Paso to DFW, it's just Midland, Odessa, and San Angelo. We're kind of out here by ourselves, in that position. So it does create some challenges for them that way, and it certainly has for us in that. But you look down there, just your map here, people have arguments for, being able to stay. And I think that's a little bit what the UAL looked at, is that there's an appeal process. They could have put one of those teams in our league. And then they felt like that, if one of those teams then would have appealed being in our league, they would have won their appeal because of the proximity to so many other 6A schools nearby them. So I think that's why they kind of stayed away from including another one of those teams with us. And it keeps our league together, which is great. I love that, Midland, Odessa, San Angelo. But then the scheduling non-district becomes a real issue, when you're looking at it in terms of that.
I don't miss the days when we had so many DFW area opponents, because it was quite a haul every other week or every couple of weeks, and stopping off in San Sab at a stretch a while type of thing. But and their field is built on an old graveyard, and there's the legend that people get tripped up out of nowhere.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's why that wasn't probably a good idea. But anyway,
I'm glad you know this. It's the random stories you come up with.
The graveyard. They call it the graveyard. There's trees around it. It's built on old burial ground, and people be running down the field. All of a sudden, somebody reach out and grab them, and they don't know who. And I've seen it.
So an old story of the turf monster, basically, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, the turf ghost.
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that, because, of course, like, in my opinion, being a Texas football fan, it's like you always think of the graveyards being like A&M, for example. Kyle Field being right next to a graveyard, or at least allegedly the story goes that that's where they bury the revelries. And it's like, it's definitely interesting in how the stories go. So it's quite the conundrum, one would say.
Graveyards. They've got Death Valley, down in Baton Rouge.
There you go.
Night has fallen.
When
you told me that, I got chills. I could just hear that. Night has fallen in Death Valley.
The sun has set in the Western Hemisphere, and it's officially nighttime in Death Valley.
I love that.
They proceeded to handle business that night against us and the Razorbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. But Kyle Field's the coolest place on earth.
It's a great place to play.
I love that place.
I don't know. I know. Stunno plays with the DKR. Texas Memorial Stadium says otherwise, but let's not get into that one. Hook 'em horns. Let's move on to the schedule now.
Here we go. The non-district schedule.
The non-district schedule with this is kind of the elephant in the room, Coach. Obviously, we've already discussed it. We've kind of teased it a little bit, where we have, that empty spot there with the currently two technically bye weeks, where we open up with non-district at home against Abilene, on the road against Mansfield Lake Ridge, homecoming game against Cooper, bringing them back in this year, and then playing a neutral site game with El Paso Montwood over at Andrews High School, and then you have senior night at home against Bellin. So a lot of opponents here early on. Before we kind of discuss that open, let's talk about that. Just those first 5 games right there, Coach. What was the process like trying to put the schedule together, and how are you feeling about these opponents?
Well, if anybody knows me, I don't like traveling. Okay, I really don't. If you can avoid it, then I try to do that. So I think it makes sense to play the Abilene schools. Of course, they were a part of this little Southwest Conference for a long time. Mm-hmm. So, we've played Abilene High week 1 and Cooper week 3 now in the last 2 years that I've been here, and they both agreed to continue playing this game. So I'm grateful for that. I think it's proximity. It makes sense. They're good programs. You look at those first 3 games, all 3 of those teams won a playoff game this year. So we got our work cut out for us there with quality opponents to start out. I like that. I like playing good, quality, tough people. Mansfield Lake Ridge went 9-3. They lost to Odessa Permian in the second round by 2, 23-21. They had the number 1 offensive tackle in the state of Texas on their team this year. He's going to Texas Tech now. They got a lot of guys back on that squad. So we're going to go on the road. A good game there at R.L. Anderson Stadium in Mansfield, week 2. And so we worked that out. I was looking for a week 2 opponent. I wanted to find another quality opponent and to kind of look outside of this area. And sometimes it's hard to get a team from DFW to agree to play because they've got so many teams right there in there. But Coach Thor's been a good friend there a long time, and so he liked the idea of kind of getting his team on the road. It'll be for them in year 2, but year 1 for us going that way. Then you look at El Paso Montwood, that 4th ball game. That's going to be a neutral site game.
Andrews.
We're going to play in Andrews both years. It'll be Friday night here in year 1, and it'll be a Thursday night game in year 2 because Andrews will be home
there we go.
Second year there. So we're grateful for them for hosting us on that one. So we get Montwood there for week 4. And then Belton, I had Abilene Wiley scheduled in that spot preliminarily. We show up at realignment last Tuesday morning, and we get the packets out there, and I start looking at the people I have on the schedule, and Abilene Wiley got put in a 7-team district. So that means they only needed 4 non-district games. They're going to play 6 district games, so I knew we were out for that one. So we were kind of scrambling for a week 5 there. When we finished playing Belton last year, I talked to their coach about, renewing it and playing another 2-year deal. He didn't want to. After we finished playing him last year, he was going to try to find somebody else to play. So he ended up retiring at the end of the season. So their athletic director called me while I'm sitting at the Region Service Center, kind of trying to find a week 5 opponent. He calls and says, "Hey, Coach, are you still looking for week 5? I know Coach Snelson did not want to play in the beginning, but we got a new coach, and he's open to it." I said, "Get him on the phone. Let's talk." We worked a deal, so that's going to be great. They're going to come here in year 1, and we'll go back there in the second year of that. And then it brings us to the back-to-back open dates. So you look at the back end of our schedule. We've got both Midland schools here in San Angelo, and then we play the 2 Odessa schools in Odessa, which is identical to what we did this year there. So when you have an odd number of teams in your district, we have 5. That means everyone does not share the same bye week, the same open week. It rotates throughout the district schedule. So we drew for our spots in the district schedule, and we actually drew to be open the first week of district, which is that week of October the 9th. So that's our district open week. And it means that, man, we need to find somebody there for the second, but now we can really find somebody in either one of those weeks. If we do find a team that'll play that second open week, I'm going to play them on a Thursday night because I want to be able to go and watch all 4 of our opponents play that Friday night to open district. I think it's a real advantage when you get to see people in person. You get to hear how things are communicated. There's a lot that goes into that happens between the snaps that you don't see on video.
Right.
So, but we have some things in the works there. We've partnered with a company, a matchmaker for a better use of a term there, that works with Midland and Odessa on matching you with an out-of-state opponent. We may or may not find the right opponent there. We still have a couple of things in the works with opponents here, potentially within the state of Texas. So hopefully the next time we meet, I'll have a final answer on what that is. But we have some things in the works there, and it could be either one of those weeks. If it's the second week, it'll be on Thursday night for sure. But then we get to start with Midland Lee again. That's been a great opening game in our district schedule here. Should be a really good one. And then I really love finishing, on the road at Permian. That's going to be a real banger of a game.
Spark it back up. Another rivalry week. It's just all it is right there.
We got unfinished business with those
right there at the end. But we got them all on Friday night. It's going to be great. It'll be a wonderful, district. It does. And when you only got 4 of them, it just creates even more importance on everything that you're doing. Every game, counts and matters. And it's going to be a really good district schedule there for us. It'll be a long time before we get to one. You got to play a lot of football before you get there, but you've got all the kinks worked out within your team. I think it's going to really be to our advantage. The other thing I look at in scheduling is, can you play all of your sub-varsity teams against these opponents? So with Abilene, we're playing all levels, Abilene Cooper all levels, and Belton all levels. But for Lake Ridge, El Paso, Montwood, and then any potential team in that open week, you got to find other non-district opponents. You know, they're not going to travel them that far for a sub-varsity game. So we're going to double up on the other teams in our league. We're going to end up playing Midland Lee twice on the lower levels, play Midland High twice on the lower levels, and Permian twice on the lower levels. So we're all in the same position right here with that. So yeah, it will be.
So a couple questions that immediately come to my mind, just about the whole schedule as a whole. First, with non-district, are these all guaranteed 2 years? Are we going to see all these teams back-to-back years?
These are all. It's a 2-year agreement. Yep. So whatever it looks like now, it'll just be flipped for the home and away for the next one. With maybe, I don't know, depending on what happens with, if you end up getting an out-of-state opponent, then sometimes it works out where it's 2 different teams that come in and do that. So we'll see on that one. But yes, this is a 2-year agreement with everybody here on the board.
Fantastic. And then, of course, the second one, you already mentioned it, and I was going to bring it up, but I'm glad you did. With working with a company, potentially of like the matchmaker deal, as you call it, when it either comes in-state or out-of-state teams, what's that process like? Can you walk us through a little bit?
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's not exactly a fine science. You can ask the other teams in our league about their experience doing it. And, you know, Jeff Ellison at Permian mentioned that, you know, they've done this every year. The schools at Midland's done it. Midland High, they played a team from California this year.
Yeah,
you know, Midland Lee played a team out of Shreveport. That was really good this year. But Jeff shared with me that they got matched with a team out of New Jersey, I think, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and they showed up with like 15 players, you know, just one. Yeah, I mean, it is like sometimes you don't know what you're getting. You could get the Dallas Cowboys that show up, and sometimes you get a team that shows up with 15 guys. So
Stephenville played a team from Alaska one year.
Yeah, it is. It's just – it's hard, but yeah.
Crazy.
Here in Texas, we're a little bit late, so I'll tell you this. They, the matchmaker guy said it was going to be a little challenging to try to find this many games when Midland's looking, Odessa's looking, San Angelo's looking. In Texas, we release our schedules later than everyone else. So he's already known about a lot of other schools that are looking for games and already matched a lot of games that way. Our realignment, you know, we think it's done in February, before the season. You know, you got a lot of time between now and then, but when you look at it across nationwide, we're really kind of late at coming out with our schedule.
I think that Ruston team got a little cocky on us until our 4A state champion beat them.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that was really good.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Good team.
So then the follow-up to it, right, is when it comes to this matchmaking, let's say it doesn't work, what is potential alternatives? Is anything on the table, such as facing a district team twice, on the table at all?
We discussed that as a district about possibly playing a round robin and playing everybody twice and having 8 district games and then only needing 2 non-district games. Ultimately, everybody agreed that we just thought it was better to play once. And, you know, so you kind of roll the dice at non-district. So everything is on the table. We'll look at playing anybody. And like in other years, I would have never thought to try to, you know, maybe find a 4A team to play. I don't know. You know, there are some 4A districts that are have teams that are, you know, lower numbers.
I know what he's thinking about over there.
But also, it's also a real possibility that you play 9 regular season games. So you may just be a 9.
And I mean, and we've seen that in the past. You know, it's obviously not ideal. I know every team wants to play every game they can. So would that be something you'd be willing to accept as a head coach at your program to play?
We might have to. Yeah, we might not have another choice. And if that's how it works out, then that's how it works out. But we're going to do everything we can to try to find that 10th opponent. And I'm confident that we will. But, you know, if it does come down to that, you play 9 games, and, hey, that's what's on your schedule. You make the most of it.
Yeah,
I think, you know, with 2 weeks off there back-to-back, you know, I think I would rather have them spread out a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, if that's the way that it works, that's the way it works. So we take everything to our advantage, and that's how we kind of spin it and turn it. And, we like it no matter what.
With 2 weeks off, you'd have to maybe ramp up the intensity to keep them game ready for that long.
Yep. Certainly would.
However it goes, I know it's going to be in good hands, and you guys are going to handle it.
Yep.
Montwood, the last time we played Montwood, Shay, correct me if I'm wrong, the last time we played them here in San Angelo, we scored a last-second field goal, like under 30-second field goal to beat them. So that's, you know, there's a little history between the two of us.
That's good.
And that's always fun, Coach. We appreciate you joining us tonight.
Let's do some basketball.
Let's do some basketball, because I'll tell you what, we are on fire in basketball.
Yeah, we are.
Well, TK Taylor's here. the legend, and all of these guys. Oh, there's thieves on that team too. Jalen Franklin, straight up thief, takes the ball, coming off injury, did a great job, and
he
we're
did.
ready to talk to him.
Set out for a long time and then came back, was on fire right there, just had a great game. I just love watching these guys play. You know, I think just the competitiveness of these guys as they take the court and go, it shows up every night, you know, and
Absolutely.
I'm just, you know, I give a lot of credit Coach Jeter, Coach Londerholm and the staff, and then the guys executing what they need to go out and do. And we get after people. I love watching them play, and we need another great performance tomorrow night out of the guys and continue to position ourselves for that district championship.
You know, Mike is the enforcer out there, plays like a man possessed.
He is, yeah.
He gets after it, man.
He's going to get it done, yeah.
All right,
you know
we'll take a break. We appreciate you, Coach
Thank
Mark
you
Smith.
guys.
Congratulations again, Coach of the Year. We do
Coach
appreciate
Jeter,
you,
Coach Londerholm up, and then the guys up here. Let's do some basketball talk.
All right, we'll take a break.
Yeah.
We're back on Bobcats Insider from Shenanigans right after this. Stick around.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Man, Jacob, you're sucking.
You're killing us.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Man, I need a beer.
Guys, I'm stressed out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sell my house and I don't want to pay too much.
Man, you need to call Angelo Home Team. They charge less than the other companies. They could save you thousands of dollars.
Man, with that kind of savings, I could go to a Cowboys game.
Okay, we got to get back up there, and you got to block that 12-year-old that only weighs 110 pounds.
Man, I think we're in the wrong league.
Guys, I say a whiskey bar after the game.
Yeah! Ready? Break!
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
Welcome back to Bobcats Insider live from Shenanigans Sports Bar and Grill. Thanks to Shenanigans and our friends at Luke's Cage. We love you guys. Thanks for making this possible. Bobcats Insider is back. Coach Arsenio Jeter is here. Coach Londerholm is here as well, and he's an unsung hero. He really is. He's not real big on being on camera. He doesn't have to be front row center, but when you need blood cleaned up, he's going to get out there and get it done. So he takes care of a lot.
He's the real hero behind all the scenes.
He really is. I've heard so many good things about you, man. We just wanted to make sure that you get your props. Well, Coach Jeter, tied for first place right now.
Yes, sir.
How do we win the district championship? What's it going to take? With Midland tomorrow, then Permian?
Well, we just got to go take care of business these last 3 games. We've got our hands on the wheel, both hands on the wheel, in the driver's seat. So it's all up to us.
You had a little hiccup against Legacy on the road and then whipped them pretty good here. So let's talk about not negative stuff, but what happened whenever you guys fall like that against a team you should beat? What is it that you didn't take care of that you improved on in the next game?
It all starts with what we're trying to work on and what we're trying to build. You know, there was a time when San Angelo Central basketball wasn't even making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So making the playoffs the last 3 or 4 years. We're getting into the playoffs, winning a playoff game.
Yeah.
And so what we're trying to build is just that winning mentality. And we've taken some great steps this year. Is this too loud?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
We're taking some really great steps this year. We're headed the right direction, but it's not quite there yet. It's not that just we are winners and that's all we do. But we're getting pretty close to it. So when we get a fall step back like that, we just got to regroup, take a step back, look at what it is that's keeping us from getting to that next level. And so that's what we did. We came back, got back to work, reevaluated what it was that kept us from being that dog mentality right there during that game. And so came back and trying to make a push. We wanted to be 10-0. We thought we were, definitely able to beat anybody in our district. Hopefully be able to win every game. Didn't work out for us, but what can we do to get to that next level of winning?
It's better that it happened, a week or so ago than in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And you guys have certainly improved, and seen you put a whooping on a couple of teams. And I see that swagger from this team, and a lot of people, from what I've read online, see that too. They work together as a team. Of course, you've got some guys that are really, really excellent, but it's not just a one-trick pony. Everybody's doing their job, offensively and defensively. So if you want to give some guys some kudos, go ahead. But if you don't, I know you don't want to leave anybody out, because the whole team is doing a great job. I mean, everybody from Ian McNeil, TK, Jalen Franklin, just a dog out there coming off injury. I mean, it's you got some guys on there, but they work well together as a team. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if anybody's seen our games, they know that everybody contributes. Maybe a little bit more this week than it was last week, maybe a little bit more game than this game. But Coach Slaughterholm, he does a great job. He handles all the substitutions and makes sure that our kids are fresh, running through every quarter. We talked about that at the beginning of the season. How are we going to get the dudes that we need to be finishing the game, which that changes often all the time as well. But how are we going to keep those dudes fresh? How are we going to keep the energy alive in the middle of the second quarter? The second quarter of the third quarter, we break it down. We break quarters down into quarters. And what is going to keep those guys fresh? Where do they need to be? Foul trouble happens a lot. You could travel up to Friendship and have 4 of your players with 3 fouls before their team even has 3 total fouls.
Yeah.
So, we can get ourselves in that situation right there. So he does a great job with substituting, and and you can see from our box scores, from our stats, that we play a whole game with 10 turnovers, and everybody's getting, significant minutes. So it's not just a select few; it's everybody that's able to contribute, and that's what makes us who we are and able to be successful.
Yep. To add on to that, we had Gabriel against Midland Legacy was our 41 guy. That was Coach Jeter's plan, and he played a lot of minutes, finished that ball game. And then in the Friendship game, it was Micah against number, what was he, 1?
Number 1.
Yeah, he's scaring people out there.
Yeah, he's getting up all in him. He's a competitor.
I had no idea he was a dog like that.
They've taken that game plan and they've executed. And then one of the shout-outs, other than your regular ones like TK and Trey and Jalen, and Amir's been solid all year.
Amir Campanini.
Yes, sir. And Ian, Christian Casillas last week had a big week. He had 15, and he's
sophomore starting to show up.
Yeah, that sophomore's starting to show up a lot. So,
well, we were ready to fight because it was against Permian, I believe, that Baby G comes in and somebody pushed him around. And I was like, you don't pick on Baby G like that. We won't take it. He's a national treasure.
Nobody puts Baby in the corner.
Nobody puts Baby in the corner.
I had to.
Dynamite.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Amir, man. I mean, when you take Jalen Franklin out of our game, that was our second leading scorer at the time, second leading rebounder at the time, and he goes down with a broken foot.
Man.
I tell you what, man, you talk about physical, he leads our team in physical.
Yep.
You talk about competitive, you want somebody to go out there and just be a dude, that's Micah Smith. But if you want to talk about physical toughness, Jalen Franklin. So when he goes out, you got to bring in Amir, who's just as strong. And so now these teams are thinking, okay, what happens when Jalen comes back? Because this dude over here is pushing everybody around, getting rebounds, taking care of the ball, knowing his role. And so he was able to step into that position. And that position, I'm telling you, I think it was averaging, 16 points a game, Jalen Franklin was?
When he went down, yeah, he was about 16 points a game or so.
Maybe 8 rebounds a game. Yeah. And so Amir just took that on, and it's like we almost didn't skip a beat.
We were talking to the legacy coach about who his big dogs were, and you pointed out that several of their guys are 6 feet plus, and you're like, look at our stars. They're not near as tall, but I said, but they've got the heart, though. If you had to overcome that a lot as other teams having taller guys than you?
Just about every game.
Yeah,
just about every game. Right.
That was right after our playoff game last year. Jeter got into the tough but not turds, and they ate that up in the off season. And our little guys, they went in there, hit that weight room really hard, and nobody's been pushing us around so far to this year, and hopefully we keep that going.
This is a very tough team in a sport to where you bump into the other team while trying to act like you didn't bump into the other team and get in trouble for it.
Owns the weight room. He owns the weight room. He's in there every day himself. He's in there every day with the kids. And, you talk about getting bumped into or bumping into somebody. It's nice whenever we bump into somebody and we don't move and they move and we smile and hand the ball to the ref and do it again and bump them again and get the steal and go make the layup, place the ball down and smile and do it again.
If you said that way back, that at the beginning of the season, the weight room was a focus and it was something that you thought would pay off, and it certainly has.
Absolutely.
And the McCutcheon tournament, the All San Angelo Championship, we got that taken care of.
I firmly believe the next step. We had a good season last year. We had Trey go down, and I truly believe that if Trey doesn't go down, we go 5-0 that second half of district and get second. At worst. But we can't control that. We step up as much as we can, and then so after that season, I feel like we took a step back and realized what is it that we can do to get better, and we're not going to grow. We're not going to grow height-wise. Right. I can't do that. I can coach you. I can coach you better, and we can get you stronger. And that's what we did. We made it a focus to be more physical than the other team.
And we've seen that a whole lot, man.
Yeah.
And as far as you personally, you've gone from girls head coach to guys head coach.
Yes, sir.
What's the big difference? Who's more emotional?
The physicality. Who's more emotional? The boys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you've done well on both, but district championship with both girls and boys would be pretty cool. They might start erecting that statue of yours.
they can put up whatever. I'm here to win. I tell the kids all the time, I'm not average. I don't want to be average. We don't want to be average. We know that there was a time when we weren't making the playoffs. Now we are making the playoffs. That started with, Coach Fott, Coach Feliciano, Coach Villegas.
Yeah.
And then we're just trying to take it a step further. And then maybe in a couple years, make it a step further. We want to make sure that we are fighting for a district championship every year. And win a playoff game or two. Cool. Now we know we're going to be in the district championship race. Now we know we're going to win a couple playoff games. Let's win 4 or 5.
Yeah, let's get on a roll.
And then just have that mentality like, who's going to win District 2? Oh, yeah, that's San Angelo Central. They got that one. District 3, we don't know. District 4, but they know who's going to win District 2. And that's where we want to be.
And the guys that were here before you didn't have to change an entire attitude when you took over. The winning attitude was there, and now you can take it a step further and make us the team everybody's afraid of. And I think people are, oh boy, we have to play Central, and it's not pleasant, and it's getting to be more that way that we're getting to be the big dogs, man. So
that's the plan.
You guys go win out, and we'll enjoy doing your playoff games.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be a whole lot of fun, guys. We're going to come back and let the players introduce themselves a little bit. Anything else you guys would like to add? Come on out tomorrow night to the Babe.
Yeah, let's get them up here and let's talk about them. That's what it's about.
All right, guys, we'll be back after this. This is Bobcats Insider from Shenanigans Sports Bar and Grill on Concho Sports Network. Stick around.
Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services for all your photo and video needs. Call 325-245-9663. Oh, and we also do sports. Call today.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Man, Jacob, you're sucking.
You're killing us.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Man, I need a beer.
Guys, I'm stressed out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sell my house and I don't want to pay too much.
Man, you need to call Angelo Home Team. They charge less than the other companies. They could save you thousands of dollars.
Man, with that kind of savings, I could go to a Cowboys game.
Okay, we got to get back up there, and you got to block that 12-year-old that only weighs 110 pounds.
Man, I think we're in the wrong league.
Guys, I say a whiskey bar after the game.
Yeah! Ready? Break!
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
See friendship being
Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services for all your photo and video needs. Call 325-245-9663. Oh, and we also do sports. Call today.
Hey, we are back with Bobcats Insider and the Bobcat basketball team. Just a few more games to go and a district championship to win. Y'all going to get it done? Yes, sir. You bet. All right. Baby G's in the house. What's up, man?
What's up?
The famous Baby G. Let me get out of your way. What's your favorite part of this season, man? What has been your favorite part of the season?
My favorite part is just being around these guys, man. It's a blessing, and we all can hoop, and we got great coaches, surrounded by great people, fans, and everybody. It's just a good environment to be around, be a part of.
We appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Multi-sport athletes, of course. Micah is here. He hasn't got a text so far. What's it like going from football to basketball? like as a quarterback and then being out on the basketball court after that? Is it a big mental adjustment?
It's more of a physical adjustment than anything, I'd say.
And you can't get quite as physical?
Not quite as physical. I'll get teed up for that. I've proven that. It's a lot. You've got to be in great shape to play basketball. These dudes are all in great shape. This whole team is. That's kind of just the biggest difference for me, at least, coming back.
And the weight room made a huge difference?
Yes, sir. I mean, these basketball guys aren't as strong. Just push them around. At least from the other places around here, like Midland and Odessa.
All right. Thank you very much, Mike. Hey, I'm going to let y'all put the headset on.
Oh yeah, Nino.
What's your name, brother?
My name's Aiden Nino.
What's your favorite part of this season, man? What's one of the best memories?
My favorite memory is probably going to the Mavs game with all of these guys. I mean, we all got to chill in the hotel. Got to talk, just.
You made sure to follow the curfew.
Yeah. All bed by 12.
Is there a special memory about this team that you think special about this team so far this year?
My favorite memory is probably being first in district right now. I mean, it's pretty cool. My first year on varsity, so it's a great experience right now.
All right, man. We appreciate it, brother. You can just pass the headset down. Who is this guy?
My name is Jay Frank.
Jalen Franklin?
Yes, sir.
Man, you're kind of a thief out there, man. It doesn't matter where anybody is on the court. You're always out there trying to take the ball away.
Yes, sir.
You made a huge difference. Are you completely healthy?
Unfortunately, I'm not, but I'm keep playing, play hard for my team, and just give them the energy that they need me to have on the court, and then just be out there and play with them.
All right, man. Jalen Franklin, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Just pass it on down. All right. Trey, what's up, man?
My name is Trey. I'm a guard at Central. My favorite memory about this year is probably defeating Friendship at their home.
That wasn't easy though.
Yeah. We had a couple we went into halftime. We weren't doing pretty good. Jeter gave us a speech. I think it woke us up. And we went out second half and we fought. Came back, put away, got the dub.
With Coach Jeter, did he yell at y'all at all at halftime?
Yeah, he did. He did.
District playoffs for a long time. Let's not let it slide right now.
Yeah.
All that work we've been putting into. Important.
Come too far.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Trey.
Yes,
Appreciate it. Who's this outlaw?
Ian McNeil.
Ian McNeil. This guy's like a whirlwind out there. Golly, Ian. What's special about this team, man?
Just the connection that we bring. I think we got very good team chemistry and brings us together to get victories.
Did you think the weightlifting helped out a lot?
Most definitely, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That plays a big part in it.
So what do you expect to happen tomorrow night?
We come out with another dub and keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling.
Yes, sir.
All right. Ian McNeil, ladies and gentlemen. TK Taylor. There he is. We haven't gotten to talk to him. The Dunkmeister, but that's not all he does. You do a lot. What's your favorite aspect of this game? Besides dunking the ball.
My favorite aspect is the mid-range. I like, getting to my spots, pulling up. It always feels good hitting it in people's faces.
So what is something special about this team that makes y'all where you are right now?
I think we all have great character. We all want to get better and want the best for not only ourselves, but everybody else on the team.
Yeah, y'all do play well together as a team. You could very easily try to be a big star and hog the ball and all that kind of stuff, but you certainly don't, man. You have a great character. You play well with your teammates, and that's what makes y'all winners.
Yes, sir.
And it's been fun watching you play, man.
Yes,
How long
sir.
you been doing this?
Since pretty much came out the womb. I started 5 years old.
Cradle to the grave, basketball.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
TK Taylor. How do you pronounce Talmadge? Is it Talmadge?
Talmadge.
Okay, do you ever go by that?
Not really.
Just your parents, maybe?
Just my parents.
All right. Hey, what's your name, man?
My name is Chris Casillas.
Chris Casillas.
Yes, sir. I'm a guard at Central.
I accidentally called you Tony Casillas one time. That was one of the Dallas Cowboys. I quickly corrected that, though, man. We appreciate you being on with us.
Yes, sir.
You an Abilene Christian fan there?
No, we played a tournament at their place.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, what's been a good memory from this season, like a big game that you really think stands out in your mind as far as how you guys played together?
I think a big game or a big memory that I remember is that we beat Dallas Carter, and we scored 100 on them.
Whoa. The Carter Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
No kidding, man. That's cool. McCutcheon tournament win, fun,
Yes,
nice.
sir.
It's kind of a hometown throwdown type of thing.
Yes, sir.
That y'all dominated. All right, man. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. I want to put you on the spot. What's your name?
My name's Amir Campanini.
Amir Campanini.
Yeah.
Man, you've played very well lately. I mean, you got out there, starter. So what aspect of your game is something that you think is your better trait out there?
Well, I take a lot of pride on defense. I like to kind of put the pressure on the ball handler and let my teammates pick off the passes a lot of the times.
Do you think that as far as the program, you guys have that attitude now, like we expect to win?
I think we just go out more as to take care of business and try to do our parts that make the whole team successful.
And you learn from your losses, too.
Yes, sir.
That's very cool. Thank you very much, Amir. And last but not least,
I'm Miguel Zamaron.
Miguel Zamaron.
Yes, sir.
What do you think is something about this team that is special?
Everything. I mean, there's a lot, you know.
Is there a game this season that sticks out in your mind as like your favorite?
Colleen Ellison, you know, last year we got dropped off by 30, and then now we beat them.
You got that payback, huh?
Yes, sir.
Got to run it back. You know, I don't want to be responsible for a terrible injury, so be careful not to step off the back of the stage.
Yes, sir.
Concho Sports caused a bad injury. Well, man, what are you looking forward to in the next couple of games? What do you think? Do you think you guys can dominate these opponents? Because you've showed that you certainly can.
Yes, sir, we
take
can.
care of business?
Yes, sir. We're going to win that district.
All right, man. That's going to be so much fun.
Yes, sir.
Let's hear it for the Cats. Thank you guys for talking to us. And after the game, we'll see if we can, you guys are always kind of busy and it's hard to track you down, but hopefully after the game we can talk to some of you guys. Apologies to Ian McNeil. I recorded an interview with him. His parents have it, but I tried to put it on Instagram, and it completely ate it, and I lost it. So I'm glad your parents have that, man. Best of luck to you guys. Get after it tomorrow. Let's win. Let's win the rest of them, and then we'll get on the playoffs and get on a roll, and we will crush all of our enemies, right? Coach Jeter, thank you. We appreciate you, man.
No, I thought you said you need me.
Oh no, I just said thank you. Anything else you'd like to share, man? Anything else you want to share?
No, let's just go take care of business.
All right, we'll talk to you.
Really important district games, and then all the rest of them afterwards.
Tough but not turds. All right. That's going to wrap it up for Bobcat Insider. Thank you, guys. We appreciate all y'all, man. Go get them. All right. That's going to wrap it up for Bobcat Insider. Chiefs Insider is coming up next with Chad. Good night, everybody. Hey, I'm back. We're back. Chiefs Insider is coming up, but we had something special, and instead of scheduling it for another time and you having to take time out of basketball and having your mind on that, we don't want to distract you. We're going to do the Scholar Athlete of the Week interview right now. For our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Senior Amir Campanini, basketball phenom for the soon-to-be district champion Running Cats. And his teammates cheering you on. Well, let's give some accolades first. You're an amazing student. Coach says that you are great on and off the court. Coachable. You're coach. You're not a hardhead. Said that you're a joy to be around, and your teammates obviously like you, man. They rallied all around you. What do y'all think about this guy? Think he's pretty cool? Is this the only sport that you participate in?
I just play basketball.
Oh, did you do other stuff early on when you were younger and just decide that this was the one you wanted to do, or has it always been basketball?
I always wanted my mom to let me play football. Being a pediatrician didn't like the hits.
Okay.
So I just stuck to basketball.
So your mom's a pediatrician, and
Yes,
it says here that you had aspirations of going to medical school, but you say that you've decided to go a different direction. Right now, your future plan is to be a pilot?
Yes, sir.
Now, are we talking an airline pilot?
It's the title is called Transatlantic Commercial Pilot.
Okay.
So it's those long flights from the U.S. to Europe.
Okay. Have you been around aviation a lot?
I have some uncles that have been part of the aviation programs, but most of my family is all medicine.
Okay. So you got some smart folks in the family.
So, yes, sir.
And you've lived here most of your life?
Yes, sir.
Moved here from Corpus Christi when you were younger? All right. Campanini.
Yeah.
Where does the name come from?
It's from Italy, actually. It means bell ringer.
It means what?
Bell ringer.
Bell ringer.
Yes, sir.
Maybe that's why your mom didn't want you to play football.
Maybe.
Out there ringing people's bells. Okay. I kind of wondered that. I'm glad that... so did you have a traditional Italian family?
No, my family's originally from Venezuela. Both my parents were born over there and lived in the capital, Caracas. They moved over here in their mid-20s, pursued their medical career, and rest is history.
From Caracas, Venezuela. Man, that's cool. That's quite a family history. How long have you been playing basketball?
Since long I can remember.
Really?
It's just been all basketball.
How old were you when you figured out you had a talent for it? Like, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I need to work hard at this.
I think it's when I hit middle school. I just feel like something just took over and I was just improving more than my peers around me.
All right. When it comes to school, are you a science person or are you like a history English person?
I'm more mathematical and history.
Okay.
I love history.
You love both, huh?
Yeah.
You're good at math and love history. Is there a part of history that I think as you get older you start to realize this kind of stuff, but right now is there a part of history that you really like that
I usually like the early years of American history. I like how they organized their government and how they changed certain rules from other countries to imply them in their own constitution.
Yeah, that's amazing what they were able to come up with back then. Of course, they had a lot of time to think about it. There weren't many others. Well, there was hard work to do back then, goodness. But it is amazing. It's good to see a fellow history buff, man. Do you read a lot?
I try to. Growing up, I have dyslexia, so it's a bit hard to understand when I was younger, but I usually just try to get over it and read a lot of books. So now I read a lot.
Did you discover you had a dyslexia? Like your parents discovered that when you were really little, or?
Well, I get it from my mom. My mom's also dyslexic, but she found out pretty early because I didn't like school as a little 8-year-old boy.
Yeah, I bet that was tough there for a bit, man. Obviously, your mom overcame it.
Yeah,
very well.
She's my inspiration about that.
What, do you have any hobbies?
Right now, it's just basketball for now, and then after I usually just play a little golf here and there.
Oh, like to play golf, huh? And that's something you can always play, man. Basketball too. Who knows? You guys are a special team, and you are a big part of it, Amir. And we appreciate you talking to us.
Thank you.
You're one of the top students in your class, and great basketball player too. I know your parents are proud. We'll say hi to them, and we wish you the best in the future.
Thank you.
From Luke's Cage and Concho Sports, our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Amir Campanini. I have to say it like Campanini.
Yeah.
All right, go get them tomorrow night, Amir. We appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching Concho Sports Network.
welcome to Chiefs Insider live from Shenanigans. My name is Chad Miller, and for the time being, it's going to be Maiden Insider, of course, as we hear with girls basketball coach Gabriel Chop. But first and foremost, Coach, thank you for joining us. How are you doing today?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm doing pretty good. Not too bad, not too bad.
And that's all we can ask for. Obviously, Coach, let's just dive right into it. I know maybe the elephant in the room of some sort. The season has not been maybe what you have thought of it to be. Obviously a lot of ups and downs, and I mentioned this in a couple of games I've been able to call for y'all this season, there's been a lot of bright spots, a lot of growing opportunity for your girls squad. So talk to me just about, from a coaching perspective, how the season's been for yourself, how it's been trying to develop the girls and just make sure that as better ball players and what all that entails.
Right. Honestly, you're exactly right. The season hasn't been what we expected it to be early on. It's been rough, actually. But we're very senior heavy, so that'll be gone at the end of the year. We do have a lot of bright spots in the younger group coming up early. We have all the way from freshmen all the way up to the juniors. We have some young, talented ladies that are hungry and are ready to continue to build on what the seniors have established.
Talk to me a bit. Obviously, you picked up a couple earlier wins. Obviously, during the non-district season, of course, with the Castleberry and another one against Polytechnic. So, and then a couple other games where some obviously not the best, but some that are really close. I mean, there's a couple I was looking back on. I believe a 7-point loss to Abilene High. Other games like this where you can just see it that the girls have it. They've been able to put together maybe some quarters, maybe a half, but they haven't been able to really fully complete games. So what's that been like from a coaching standpoint to try to push them to that next win down the road?
Well, I think a lot of it has that they finally got a grip on the actual offense. They're actually starting to run it without thinking about what am I doing. It's not reacting anymore. It's actually going through the reads, progressions, understanding what the defense is giving you, what we're taking, finding the gaps. We did get some wins early on. We were in a lot of games closer this year than we have in the past 2 years. And I know a lot of the scores truly don't reflect the actual game in its entirety. You can take last night's Super Bowl, for example.
Yeah.
You see the game at the end, it's completely different than what you were watching at the very beginning.
100%, yes, sir.
And so it's kind of hard for people who don't really have not come out to watch the game, it's kind of hard to explain them to them as, hey, we were in it for the first 2 quarters, or maybe for the first half. We won the first and the third. So it's just getting all 4 quarters put together. It's kind of the next milestone that we have to get done.
And I'm glad you brought it up because one of the games that we covered earlier in the season was your last matchup against Levelland, where they came out and pretty much a heavier zone press through most of the game, and the girls were able to break it through by a good 60, 75% consistency of just simply passing through it. They weren't trying to be selfish and dribble through it. They made smart passes. Sure, there's a couple of them that obviously they weren't the best, but they were able to make the right decisions, and that's what I'm starting to see is from my perspective of the girls are starting to get it. They're starting to make sense. They're starting to understand the pace of the game and everything about that. So walk me through it. You mentioned already you got a couple early wins this season. You're building up slowly and surely through these last few years. What that journey's been like for you as a coach and leading this program?
Well, it's been growing pains both, off and on the court. It's obviously, a lot of them were thrown up to the varsity level at the very young age with very small to almost no fundamentals. Then you get shell-shocked early on, obviously. It doesn't go away just because you have one good practice or one good half of a game. So as it's progressed, they've grown. Mentioned Levelland, obviously it's catch and look and not just catch and react. So those are things that we kind of overcame. And like I said, it's bittersweet. Obviously you hate to see the seniors leave. It's kind of hard. But you also get excited because the younger groups are coming up and they're starting to feed. And they had a lot better, I would say, role models in the basketball sense to kind of look for.
Now, talk to me about your seniors. You brought them a few times. Of course, you only have 1 game left in the regular season. You've had your senior day. Talk to me about the seniors, what they brought to your program, and just despite the hard path that it's been, they stuck through it with you, and they continued on the journey to eventually their senior day.
Right. I think what they brought and what they've shown is just a commitment. They obviously, no one likes to lose. Obviously. But they've done it, and they kept coming back the year after, and they kept coming back the year after, and they kept coming back the year. And I told them, as a matter of fact, I told them today after practice, I said, look around you. You are not with the same group that you started your basketball journey back in 7th grade with. Realistically, in a group of 7 seniors that I have, only 6 of them have played together. Actually, 5 have played together. One was a move-in, so one didn't play till later. So really, it's what they brought was an understanding of what commitment is and what is the longevity. Even though you're not seeing the true benefits early, sticking with it because you're laying foundation to build on, basically.
Right. And this foundation, obviously, it's continuing to build year by year by year. And, of course, I'm seeing that. I'm sure people who are watching the games are seeing that. And as you mentioned, it's a little tough to explain for somebody who looks at the score and may see some of the recent games of the bigger deficits and be like, oh, no, this is nothing. But we see it. We do see it indeed. We have that last matchup of the season I already mentioned tomorrow on the road against Friendship Memorial. Talking about that matchup, obviously last time out against them, not the best what you would want, but what needs to happen for the Maidens to try to at least continue on building that foundation and making the process better for maybe that future team next year?
Realistically, the simplicity of it is we just have to hit buckets. I mean, we can get some good looks. We can make some good defensive stops, but like anything else, the defense begins to wear down when you don't have an offense to compensate that. And we can go through different offensive sets, whether it's a man or a zone, whatever you're coming up against. But in the end, you have to be able to make your shots, And honestly, we've had some struggles this year trying to find, wide open buckets. We miss them. So those are things that we got to focus on in tomorrow night and hopefully get the better end of it.
And then, of course, you and I had a little discussion about it prior to the show, but one of the biggest topics, of course, in the recent weeks has been realignment. I know in basketball it may not be the biggest deal per se because you play everybody twice. You go there, they come to you.
Right.
But we see it. I mean, the basketball, the district's only 4 teams big. With Lakeview, Andrews, let me also double check myself. I know Plainsview and Midland Greenwood. So from a basketball perspective, knowing that you only have realistically 6 district games, that's something where you try to maybe play everybody 3 times, or you just got to deal with it. That's your district, and you got to make the rest of it possible with non-district.
Well, no, I mean our district really is the same. I mean we have Levelland, Snyder, Big Spring, Estacado, Liberty, and instead of Friendship, we now have Plainview.
Oh, right, of course. I always forget it's a little bit different. Not every school does football and everything like that. My apologies.
No, that's okay.
But it's still like, I mean, I'm learning this as well because, of course, UIO, and now that I look at it, it says UIO 4A division. I'm an idiot. Anyway, we'll continue going. Nonetheless, look, there's basketball for you. Like, I'm going to learn this eventually.
That's okay, man.
But what is the difference like for you just, it may not have the biggest effect, so maybe just 1-1. So let's just talk about the future. What's coming up with the Maidens basketball program? Of course, so still want to make a good ending chapter for this current team, but what's coming up maybe in the wings or maybe just the development of the younger talent on the team this year for the future?
Well, what's coming up for me is obviously we have to, just the district, because it is what it is. Sometimes it starts earlier. This year we started, a week into December we started district, which I wasn't a big fan of that. Had several bio days built into that, and I wasn't a fan of that either. So hopefully we can get that changed next year. Also, we traveled a lot towards the West Texas area. That's where our district is.
Right.
I plan to try to find something more towards the south, San Antonio area, something like that. Maybe just to give our girls a different look. I mean, obviously you drive to if you go to Pecos or you go to Fort Stockton, it's always the same route. I don't want them getting, used to that drive when there's so much more of the state of Texas they can see. I mean, I'm not going to go all the way to Corpus, but I do want them to see different areas also.
And, and honestly, that's not a bad idea by any stretch of the imagination. Just let them go to different places, let them grow, see different talent, see different maybe systems by chance. And to walk me through that as a coach, knowing that you have this road in front of you, but you're facing different systems maybe every night up until district play.
Well, I think what it is if we play in this area, then obviously you get used to a certain type of officiating. And every officiating is different, but they're different chapters. They try not to, but it is. And I'm not knocking anything. I'm just saying in generalized. So you have to understand as a player, how are they calling the game tonight? Are they calling it tight? Are they calling it loose? If they're calling it loose, I can get away with this. If they're calling it tight, maybe I can't do what I'm used to doing. Why am I getting upset? If I recognize how they're officiating it, I think it helps to understand how to control your emotions on the court, which in turn leads to you maybe not getting yourself knocked out of the game because you're dealing with your emotions as opposed to dealing with just playing basketball.
And that makes a lot of sense indeed. Obviously, we already mentioned it, regular season finale tomorrow on the road. Kind of what's the message either after that or maybe what is something you've learned from this team that you want to be able to maintain and share with the future teams, whether that's here, somewhere else, whatever that may be?
that I want to share with the
Like, either share it with them, or maybe like something you've learned from this year that you want to take and share with the future teams of like, hey, look, this team taught me this, or whatever that may be.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, I mean, honestly, it's just team chemistry. Honestly, we've got to get that nailed down to the core, and it starts at the very beginning, but it washes all the way through the year, all the way, whether you win or lose, doesn't matter. You have to maintain that team chemistry in any program, especially one that's not having the success that maybe you wanted, maybe you dreamed about, maybe you thought about. That's when team chemistry plays a bigger role in it. So really, that's kind of the moving motto forward is, hey, you know, we are a family. You hear teams preach it all the time. Very few teams live it, though.
Right. You know, and that makes sense. You know, and that's something definitely that I can definitely learn myself as well. But nonetheless, obviously, I think we've kind of just talked about everything we can. So I'm going to let you go free, Coach. I appreciate your time with us being here. When we come back to Chiefs Insider, we'll bring the boys basketball up here and kind of talk to some of the coaching staff and as well. And then eventually, later on, talk to some of the players. You're watching Chiefs Insider live from Shenanigans. We'll be back after this.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Man, Jacob, you're sucking.
You're killing us.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Man, I need a beer.
Guys, I'm stressed out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sell my house and I don't want to pay too much.
Man, you need to call Angelo Home Team. They charge less than the other companies. They could save you thousands of dollars.
Man, with that kind of savings, I could go to a Cowboys game.
Okay, we got to get back up there, and you got to block that 12-year-old that only weighs 110 pounds.
Man, I think we're in the wrong league.
Guys, I say a whiskey bar after the game.
Yeah! Ready? Break!
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
See friendship being.
Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services for all your photo and video needs. Call 325-245-9663. Oh, and we also do sports. Call today.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Pain is never planned.
Welcome back to Chiefs Insider live from Shenanigans. I got two of the three staff of the boys basketball team up here. Of course, head coach Blisky and, of course, assistant coach Mark Arnold. Coaches, first and foremost, thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate y'all so much. How are y'all doing today?
We're doing all right. He's probably better than I am. I started feeling a little under the weather last night, and it kind of hit me hard this morning, but we're okay. Thanks for having us, though.
Of course.
Doing good.
Of course.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. It helps. It helps a lot, just being able to spread out. Of course, during football season, you talk to every coach, it feels like, and then I realized I haven't talked to either one of y'all, except, of course, you for a post game, and then I've never talked to you either, Coach Arnold, so it's nice to be able to spread out and be able to talk to everybody a bit more.
Thank you for
But,
having me.
Let's just dive into the current season, coaches. Obviously, a little up and down, a lot of success early on non-district play, and then you find yourselves in fourth place in district at the moment with a 4-5 record. Obviously, we talk about Coach Blisky. You and I have already talked about in your last matchup we covered, y'all, at least that I was there for, with Estacado. We talked about your matchup with Liberty, and then recently where y'all took care of business against Snyder. Just kind of talk to me about just this district season from a coaching standpoint. What are you seeing from the guys, and what needs to happen to ensure that the Chiefs find the playoffs?
First cycle went fairly well for us, boys been showing up every day and putting in the work, and the best thing about, for me, that when this season ends, the biggest takeaway for me will be the continuity that they've had. They're always finding each other. Sometimes they find each other a little too late, but at least they knew he was there, and they tried. But it's that continuity. It's been a really good group, and I think it builds off of last year's group, kind of set the tone for that. So I think the biggest takeaway for me when this season finally does end would be the continuity and the ability to find and trust each other.
What about you, Coach Arnold? What are you seeing from this season as a whole from your standpoint?
Big energy. These guys have got tons of energy both on and off the court, and it's good to see. Early on, I felt like chemistry this year was going to be excellent, and I'm pretty sure it's shown it to be.
He did say that.
You know what? I believe in, of course, I know I could believe in knowing that I've called half these guys' names in football too. So I've known all that in the background, that they've built that brotherhood in the football field, and of course some of them weren't there for it, but still coming together nicely. Right. I know, Coach, you and I talked about it in the post game of Estacado that you wanted you guys to play pretty much as intense as they were in that Estacado matchup last time out, where you wanted to be just intense on the ball and forcing the pressure, forcing the issue. I'm going to take it from the Liberty final score. You may not have seen that too much, but in that Snyder final score, obviously took care of business once again. I'm sure maybe the team's starting to see it once more.
Yeah, Liberty, going on the road to Liberty, Panhandle basketball is just a different brand of basketball. And when they're at home, they're tough. I think we played them better last year at their place than we did this year, but we didn't score early enough. And then we started scoring late, and I think we only lost the fourth quarter by a point, so we played so much better in the fourth quarter. But it's just tough to get a rhythm and tough to get things going up there on the road. And it's kind of the bad news for this week. We go to Memorial tomorrow and Levelland Friday. So we just have to be road warriors. We've been talking about that and stealing on the road, because we've done a great job so far protecting at the house.
Yeah, talking about those matchups, obviously we go back to, you already faced them the first cycle, beat Friendship by 8 at home, and then, of course, Levelland, and then took care of business against Lobo 60-48. So already picked up 2 wins against these programs. What needs to happen? I remember a saying from a coach telling me that when you're in basketball, you want to be 20 points better when you're on the road. So what's the goal in order to achieve that, and what does the Chiefs have to do in order to come out on top in those road matchups?
There's certain guys, and these guys know we've been game planning, and there's certain guys that we have to stop for their side. And I think one of our biggest qualities is we're tough to scout, we're tough to prepare for, because on any given night, any combination of 2-3 guys can handle business and get rebounds and get scoring, and so that's why I think that's what makes us tough the last 2 seasons to really game plan for. So we know who they have, and if we'll shut those guys down and minimize their production, then we should be fine.
And Coach Arnold, I'll go back to you here. You know, I'm sure Coach Bliss would have a very similar answer to you, but walk me through it, what it's like coming through the second time around in district play, where you have to prepare. You know what they got, but they also know what you got. So what needs to happen, and maybe either do you feel like you have a necessity to change things up a little bit, or do you feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality?
I kind of feel like we've got a little bit of both. Coach Blisky's pretty good about holding back a couple of tricks for the second round. And, of course, everybody sees everybody on film nowadays. But if we can just continue defensively doing the things that we've been able to do, I feel like we can run anything on offense. If we can just defensively do what we've been doing, we should be all right.
And I did ask Coach Blitzkid this during one of our post-game interviews. In your opinion, Coach Arnold, who has been some of the, and of course, no pressure, the guys are right here, who's been some of the brighter spots on this team for you that you've been excited to watch on the floor this year?
Well, of course, all the seniors coming back. We're pretty heavy on the senior end, but love watching all of them play. Trace Woods having a big year.
Sorry, the lights are there. You got to see who's all out there.
sorry about that. Rayling's a lot of fun to watch.
Of course.
And, of course, some of the younger ones, we got Luke Barone, sophomore, handles the ball really well, and then the freshman Andrew Jones is pretty exciting.
No, Andrew's a stellar kid. I know I talked to him during the football season too, so he's definitely a
If I left anybody out, I'm sorry.
He can't see you.
Probably like how it's okay, no good. But
they're all here, Coach.
So obviously, Coach, and either one of y'all can answer this one. You know, we talk about these last few games with the matchups. Of course, we mentioned Friendship in Levelland this week, and of course ending this regular season at home against Big Spring. And we look at that district standings. You know, Levelland, you're right there. You're both 4-5. Of course, Friendship Memorial's one game ahead of y'all, 5-4. And of course, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the top 4 make it in basketball. Correct. So if that's the case, what needs to happen? What's the message to the guys? You can tell them now, maybe any more family-friendly language, whatever that may be. But what's the message to the guys as you prepare for this last stretch of games to ensure they all make the playoffs?
I broke out the huddle, ending practice today. We're just reminding them that they've done everything they needed to do at our place. I mean, heck, we almost beat Estacado. We're beating them at halftime. We're tied at the end of the third, and we had it, just kind of slipped away. Some kind of, forced possessions and a few silly turnovers. But, for the most part, we've been consistently okay. And, picking back up on Coach Arnold's comment about the defense, that's where we live. If we can force bad shots, if we can force deflections and steals and go to layup land, it makes everybody's lives that much easier. Plus, it's enjoyable to watch. I broke it out with, we're still in control of our destiny. We have to go steal on the road and be thieves this week, and we 100% can get it done. And then. The last thing we said was 1-0 on 3, 1-2-3, and we broke it out on 1-0. So just taking each game one game at a time, and each opponent one opponent at a time, and just making sure that we execute both ends of the floor.
Anything to add?
Coach and I were comparing JV and varsity scores, and he bested me. He said we had 4 in double figures. I feel like if we can get 4 kids in double figures, we should do pretty good.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm inclined to agree. I know seeing some of the minutes, how they're split, especially with the starting 5, all those guys can score. I mean, we've seen it firsthand of course, we always talk about Andrew's ability to do everything everywhere. But, seeing people, like Nick Leva be such a hard defender, Vizo shoot the ball really well. Yep. Just seeing how the offense runs and seeing how aggressive we can be defensively. I remember that Estacado game where we're running a somewhat pretty heavier press between the second and third quarters and forcing a lot of turnovers, and it seemed to be a lot of better the Chiefs brand of basketball, just high pressure, high intensity, making them make mistakes. And of course, as Coach Blitzky informed us, it just didn't work out for us at the end of the day. But I see it happening. I can see it having the envisioning of it, and the fact these last few matchups are teams that are around you and below you, I think definitely helps a lot. Being able to knowing that you've been able to handle business against these guys previously, now you got to make it happen one more time. Now, a little bit of road warriorsness, but we will definitely see. And I trust and believe. I'm sure the Northside Pride definitely believes so as well. And we'll kind of jump from that into a little bit of the future for you, Coach Bliski. As a Coach Chapa was so nice to inform me of the different districts in football and basketball.
Oh, yeah.
You only saw one change, and of course that was just the dropping of. And my goodness, it just left my mind. But Memorial, and then you added
They went up to 5A.
There you go. And then you added Plainview.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you had Plainview to your district, so everything else relatively still the same. You know, what's that like from a basketball coach's standpoint? Like, is realignment day, like, I guess maybe it has the same excitement for you as it does for maybe some of the football coaches?
It's a lot of anticipation, but I called it. Once we ran into Plainview. We didn't play them this year at the Monahan's tournament, but they were there, and Coach and I were talking, and he said we're going down to 4A, and I told Coach Arnold, I said they're just going to flip Memorial and Plainview. I called it 2 months ago or so. I already knew it was going to happen. And when we were 5A, Plainview was in our district.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? There we go. I mean, any similar thoughts for you, Coach, or is it just kind of the same deal?
Pretty much the same, yeah.
Hey, that's all right. I can kind of tell because, of course, football, as I was corrected by Coach Chapa, they had two. They only stuck with Andrews, and then they included Plainview and then Midland Greenwood.
Greenwood,
so definitely a little more maybe dramatic changes for football's case when they still stay a 14 district, unfortunately. But it is what it is.
Right.
But coaches, I appreciate both y'all's time. When we come back, we're gonna bring the boys team.
Bring them
we're
up.
gonna give them a chance to introduce themselves, get a chance to let them voices be known, and let them talk about this year, what this year's been for them. So thank you, coaches. I appreciate the both of y'all. Go get them this week. We'll be back with Chiefs Insider right after this.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Man, Jacob, you're sucking.
You're killing us.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Man, I need a beer.
Guys, I'm stressed out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sell my house, and I don't want to pay too much.
Man, you need to call Angelo Home Team. They charge less than the other companies. They could save you thousands of dollars.
Man, with that kind of savings, I could go to a Cowboys game.
Okay, we got to get back up there, and you got to block that 12-year-old that only weighs 110 pounds.
Man, I think we're in the wrong league.
Guys, I say whiskey bar after the game.
Yeah! Ready? Break!
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
Friendship being
Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services for all your photo and video needs. Call 325-245-9663. Oh, and we also do sports. Call today.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case.
Welcome back to Chiefs Insider live from Shenanigans. I got the Chiefs boys basketball team up here. The whole lot of them, they're talking about what they're going to say for my questions, and I'm kind of scared to ask now, but it's all right. I'm a little off screen. That's okay. They're the story here today. So we're going to start from here in front of me. We're going to go from left to right on your screens. So just introduce yourself first, last name, what grade you're in, and, talking about your favorite memory of this season. So go ahead and get started.
My name is Nicholas Leva. I'm a senior, and my favorite memory is just spending time at the children's tournament with my friends.
Good, safe answer. I love it. I love it. I love it.
My name's Andrew Young. I'm a freshman. My favorite memory is probably when Braylon got dunked on at practice.
When Braylon got dunked on at practice, that's who?
Trace Woods. I'm a senior. My favorite memory is probably, I don't remember what tournament it was at, but Andrew ate 20, I think it was 22 Hot Pockets in one day. He had
24 Hot Pockets. Hang on, don't. Okay. Give back to him.
I don't know how he played the next
Give back to him. I gotta ask him. Andrew. First and foremost, why?
I was hungry. That's the only thing we had to eat in our hotel room.
Just Hot Pockets? Was it the same flavor? Were they different ones?
Yeah, it was the same flavor.
Just the basic ones, like the pepperoni or whatever it was? Or what was it?
Something like that, I think. I don't really remember.
24 in a day?
Probably like less than an hour or something like that. Right?
Y'all are crazy. All right, we're going to keep it going. First, last name, keep it closer to you.
My name's Isaac Torres. I'm a senior, and my favorite memory is probably all of us at the hotel just having fun, just messing around.
Nice. Good, safe answer. Come on, Braylon.
My name's Braylon White. I'm a senior, and my favorite memory would probably be at the hotel, Monahan's tournament. Yeah, that would be my favorite memory. It was fun.
All right.
My name is Chris Alviso. I'm a junior. My favorite basketball memory is, I got my first dunk yesterday off a lob. Yeah.
My name is Xavier Roman. I'm a senior at Lakeview High School, and my favorite moment is probably just being able to pray over the team before every game, just thanking Jesus Christ for blessing us with the opportunity to play this game.
That's very strong, very strong. Yeah. Give it. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Hey, man, I'll just beat everybody here, man. Let's keep it going.
My name is Christian Esparza. I'm a senior, and my favorite moment was, for sure, gotta be the children's tournament, spending time with my friends in the lobby and eating pizza and playing 2K.
Oh, yeah, I'm playing 2K. Okay, all right, I gotta ask. All right, who's the best 2K player here?
Oh, me.
Right? He's not here. He's like, oh, man.
I'll lie to you.
All right. So, Control's the best one? All right, you know what? I'm glad there's some. So I got to ask some on the 2K topic. Are some of y'all squatting up, or y'all just playing like pickup games and squat up? Man. All right, let's keep it going.
My name is Luke Barron, and I'm a sophomore at Lakeview High School. My favorite memory was when we were in the children's tournament in the lobby, singing happy birthday my boy Braylon White.
My name is Xavier Castro. I'm a sophomore. My favorite memory is probably being in the lobby during the children's tournament, frying all of them college football.
Go ahead, take a step in and talk with me.
I'm Keandre Giddings. I'm a senior, and my favorite memory is beating Isaac on 2K in the Monahans tournament at the hotel.
Yeah. Whew. I don't know, but I seen the look on his face. Something tells me that that was a pretty big upset or something right there. All right, so anybody who wants to answer can pick up a microphone. Just got a couple additional questions. Got some time, so I'm gonna use it while I can. Just talk to me about what this journey has been for y'all this season. Obviously, had a pretty good start in non-district play, and maybe a little bit of hiccups during district play, but y'all are still in the neck of it, being able to maybe see some playoffs here in the next month or so. So what's this been like for y'all as a whole?
I mean, it's meant a lot. Just competing, just going out there, doing what we do as a team. Team chemistry is good, and just hoping in general.
At the beginning of the year, we really didn't have that much team chemistry. Like, we were throwing lobs, we were hitting the top of the backboard. And then, later on into the year, we finally got to, get our team chemistry up, and now we can throw lobs perfectly.
I love you just handed it to him, and he was like, no, I'm good. Walk me through what's it been like playing for this coaching staff. Obviously, it seems to be talking to them earlier. I know they're very knowledgeable men over there. Had the whys of Coach Arnold and then how Coach Blisky operates, even though he likes to be a little bit in the shadows more than anything else, it seems like. But just talk to me about what it's like playing for this coaching staff.
Wonderful, amazing. Those are my dog, Blisky, Arnold, Rowitz. Love playing with him.
I'm glad it's very similar answers all around. I know some of y'all, of course, I know Coach Rowitz is a football coach also. So some of you who played football this year, is there any difference in how Coach Rowitz rolls either on the football field compared to the basketball court?
Go ahead. On the football field, he really he yells a lot. In basketball, he don't really do none of that. He just chill and sits back.
Nah, he's definitely the same person. He's true to himself, but he yells when he needs to. But yeah, obviously most of the time he's pretty chill.
He's really a chill guy. Ain't none. He's all yelling, hollering, cussing, screaming, all that. He's a chill guy.
So it sounds like y'all enjoy basketball coach Rowitz compared to football coach Rowitz.
Pretty much.
Sounds like you're going to be running during football season. I don't know. So, obviously, coming up, got 3 games left. And as you heard me talk to Coach Blisky about it, 2 teams that are around y'all on the district table, one y'all that's you're already taking care of business against all 3 of them. But what needs to happen these next 3 games to ensure y'all handle business more and then also find yourselves in the playoffs?
Dominate. We got to dominate these teams. You just can't let it take it from us. We just have to show up, show out, and just do what we do to win. And just do what we do in the playoffs. Try to go deep in the playoffs. Try to break records, break more records than we had in the past years, and just do what we do.
Anybody else? Dominate, do it. Anything else? Nike? Anything? Awesome. So let's see. Let's talk about it more. So obviously, as you mentioned, the up and down path as a whole. We've seen some ups and downs where a lot of dominance in non-district play, and then as you mentioned, took a couple L's in the middle of the season. What's that been like trying to rally back together and to make sure y'all keep the Dubs going and, like I said, hopefully find yourselves in a playoff spot in the end of the season? Whoever wants to go.
I mean, overall it's gonna be tough no matter what, but we trust each other, and Coach breaks it down into 3 seasons for us. We got regular season, district, and then ultimately playoffs. Right now we're just trying to focus on second season right now, trying to get to the 3rd, and yeah, like Braylon said earlier, we're just trying to make more history, trying to get more gold balls.
Anybody else? Fantastic. All right. I think that covers in terms of group answers, but I want to take a moment. If you're not a senior, time for you to step off real quick. Thank you for your time. Appreciate y'all. First, give a hand for those guys. Give me a hand for those guys. All right. All my seniors here. I'm going to go to each one of y'all. I'm going to give y'all, put you each in a spot because y'all deserve y'all's flowers. I know you haven't had it. I don't think you've had senior day yet, right? That's going to be the end of the year, Big Spring, senior day. Friday? Fantastic. So, yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, end of the season. Okay, cool. So I want to give y'all the floor, and I'm going to give y'all a second to think about it. But the question is simple. You know, you've had all this time. You know, some of y'all are multi-sport athletes. What has it been? What does it mean to you to be a student scholar athlete, as SA, as he likes to put it, a scholar athlete at Lakeview High School? You can take a moment. If you know your answer, great. Let me know. But obviously, any memories, anything favorite? What does it mean to you to be a scholar athlete at Lakeview High School? We can start down there. You can start here. Whoever wants to go first.
It means a lot. Really, like, means the world for real. Like, I love the school, and just having the opportunity to play for the school, you know, like, amount of people that talk down and, you know, like this, like, it's not really what you think. I feel like it's a really good school to go to and play for, and just all around, my experience, it's a good experience.
Check. Okay, now.
It feels really good, you know, to be a student athlete at Lakeview. It feels like a privilege, you know, just having a good time playing sports and staying in school with all my friends, and it's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and it's just a fun thing to experience.
You want me to go? I'll go real quick. Being a scholar being a scholar athlete at Lakeview High School, I don't think it's just a great thing, but I also think it's a blessing. Man, this is just my second year at Lakeview High School, and man, all these guys, man, I love them to death. I mean, I'd do anything for them. And just rooms, I mean, lunch, I mean, to everything in school-wise, it's just really fun. Everybody has great energy. There's never anything bad around us. I mean, it's just, everything's just fun, great. It's just great people to be around. And athletic-wise, man, I love all the coaches, everybody. There's the football coaches, to even coaches that I'm not even playing for, man. They're just great people, and that's really all. I mean, I just love everybody.
Being a student athlete at Lakeview, the teachers and staff and everyone, they make it really easy with the athletes. They're very flexible, and we're just blessed to have them, really. But on the other end, with the sports, like our coaches, we have amazing coaches. You know, they put everything. That's literally, coach literally always says he goes to bed every night, staying up, just thinking about what we're gonna do the next day in practice, or how we're gonna execute the next game. But it's definitely a blessing.
I'm grateful for the chance to work hard and have fun, and all the coaches are very nice, and they train you hard. And I'm just happy I get a chance to improve myself for the future.
Being a student athlete at Lakeview just means the world to me. The community around is just amazing, and it's helped me make all my friends and make great memories throughout all high school.
I believe everybody, or y'all done? Y'all too? Fantastic.
Being a student athlete at Lakeview these past 4 years has just been a great experience, because I just feel like I have a great connection with my teachers and coaches, and they just push me to be the best version of myself every day. And what Coach Blitzky says, basketball is only temporary, but the person you become after it is what matters. So I carry that in my heart constantly.
Well, choice words, gentlemen. I appreciate y'all taking that moment. I know it's a little bit on the spotlight, little improv there, because, of course, I didn't tell y'all beforehand. But y'all deserve the recognition because, of course, being seniors, and, of course, some of y'all who had to step off, you'll get your moment, I promise. But y'all, of course, are building foundations for the future teams, the future people of all the sports. Of course, some of y'all I talked to during football season, and some of y'all, this is the first time I'm talking to y'all. You know, all y'all are providing the foundation for the next group, for your teammates in front of you. just sitting out there in the crowd. And of course, for those guys who may be on JV or maybe on freshman teams, to be able to look on and be like, hey, look, I remember playing with this guy, or playing with Braylon, or anybody else that may be who helped me become a better person and better teammate. So obviously, we want you to give you all that moment. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of applause, your Lakeview Chiefs seniors. Of course, the Chiefs will be back in action this week with 2 road games, but they will finish the regular season at home against Big Spring next week. And of course, hopefully that means some playoff basketball for your Lakeview Chiefs. But that's going to be it for Chiefs Insider here on Concho Sports Network. My name is Chad Miller, and as always, take care of each other and yourselves. Thank you for watching, and we hope you have a great rest of your night.